Okay, so I'm back with another video. And this is the same chick that I did last time. The Brittany Renner girl. I don't know if you guys see that. Yeah, time to expose the truth. Brittany Renner. And I'm having fun with this hoe because, like I said, just watching them are just funny. I try not to stay on one for too long because ain't no one of them worth that much attention unless they just like abnormally stand out to me. And this hoe stands out to me. So anyway, I did skim through this already, and from what I skimmed through of it, okay, she is saying some real shit. No, don't get me wrong. Like I skimmed through maybe about 4 or 5 minutes of it, and yeah, like she's a kind of admitting to the truth. But what I say is this, man. See, like when any woman is sitting in front of a fucking camera, like you always got to remember, woman's thing in life is to manipulate. You see, like I said, and like so many men say before, like the only time a woman's tears are genuine is when she's alone, or when not, or when like one person is maybe one person who dissected her right is watching. But the only time the only time a woman's tears are ever genuine is when she's alone. Never fucking entertain. I don't give a fuck how she's crying in public, because you got to know, man. You got to remember this, man. Women move so fast in real life. There's no telling what the reality of the story was that led up to why she's crying. She probably stole some shit, got caught. Now she's trying to play the innocent victim to get out of it. Like, or she probably, fucked some dude over 15 times. He finally got the courage to call her out on it. Now she's trying to make it look like he's crazy in public. See, like I said, like never ever fight for a woman in public. I would say never ever fight for a woman because, like I say so many times before, you never know how deep her game is really going on with anybody. So just never ever defend a woman or fight for a woman in public. Just don't do it because chances are you gonna be the one that end up looking stupid in the real reality of it, whether you see it or not. But anyway, we gonna go on this hoe talking about time to expose the truth. She's here without makeup. Well, this is her bullshit introduction because all she knows how to do is be a thought. So she has to include that in all her shit. But she's kind of like going into like the realities of what she wants. So we gonna go take a gander.
Hi. Happy to have you back. So as you can see, my hair is in a bun. When I get stressed, I pick at my face. And to be honest with you, this is me. I don't always want to wear a wig. Why do I have to have my hair straightened? Why does it have to be styled? Why do I have to slick my edges back? Why do I have to have makeup on? Oh my God, you look like you're 8 years old. Okay, great. Social media has really conditioned us to feel like even if you're going to get on and do a simple Instagram story post, you better look your best.
No. See, correction. No, social media. Okay, thoughts are turned on by social media to always look their best. You see, thoughts like this girl are. Now, I'll be real with you, because I was actually recommended this topic too, and I tell you the truth, man. To be honest, like given her age and everything, like she really don't look that bad without makeup on. I don't think she does. But okay, I'm also speaking because, and I'm not trying to make fun of anybody or anything, but I say this: like when you get girls who look like this for real, and you get them home, and you wake up with them the next morning, most of them look like this for real. Most, like I mean, I've had girlfriends who I'm thinking of one girlfriend now particularly. She actually looked better without makeup than she ever did with makeup. But those women are kind of rare, especially in North America. Those women are rare. But most of them girls who be in the club with well, especially in America, because by the time they just skinny and took a bath, they're automatically an 8 in America. But those girls who got that fucking stank ass attitude in clubs and shit in bars in America, and they be skinny with like a tight dress on and shit. You see, like the only reason they got any of that confidence is because they know they wearing that Halloween costume. When you get their ass home and you fuck the shit out of them, spit on them, piss on them, and wake up the next morning with them, most of them gonna look like this. For real. Like especially in North America, most of them look like they've been hit in the face with a fucking frying pan 3 times. They do like and look like they've been riding roller coasters till they vomited. That's it. Most girls, especially in North America, most women look like that for real. So she doesn't look that bad, in my opinion, in her real self. But let's continue.
12:21 in the morning, and I was thinking to myself, maybe I could just do this tomorrow. But I was like, why not just give it to him raw? So I've been doing a little thinking. A lot of changes going on in my life. I feel like my world has been flipped upside down.
Yeah, because you're now 28. That's why you're signing up. That's why my world's been flipped up. So yeah, see, that's when all this talk starts to happen. My world, that's when all this talk with women started to happen. My world's been flipped upside down. The world's an evil place. Yeah, because you're getting older. You can't compete with younger girls. Anyway,
Like, the purse is upside down and just shaking every last bit out onto the ground.
yeah, because you got old.
I did an exercise, a writing exercise that I want to share.
Oh Lord.
A few pages that I'm going to read with you. When I have conflict, when I have feelings that need to be addressed, I address them. I do not use my friends as my therapist, and
yes, you do.
As I've grown more emotionally independent, when something happens, I sit with it as opposed to calling a friend and emotionally dumping onto them. I do have friends I can call in times of need. I got off the phone with my friend Monica tonight. We talked for like an hour and a half. Flew by, girl. That is my soul sister. Hey, Monica. Before I got off the phone with Monica, she was like, you need to write this down. You should write down the thoughts you're having and figure it out, right? That's what I did. And I was amazed at what I came up with, and I wanted to share it. I can't even believe I'm doing a video like this, but you better believe it, honey. My biggest fear, stepping into my femininity. A little more complex than it sounds.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, because coming from a thought, I know what she means by stepping into her femininity. What she means by stepping into her femininity means her biggest fear is trying to make the leap from thought to respectable woman. That's what it means coming from a thought. You see, because okay, we're at 3 minutes now. Okay, because you look feminine right here. You stepped full on into femininity right here. It's at least looking like it. But see, coming from a thought, she knows what this is. She knows what it was. That 15 pounds of makeup and shitty wig on her head. She knows what this is. She's a club thought. So what she means by jumping into her femininity, coming from a thought, that means, how do I jump from getting pumped and dumped by all these men to having men, genuinely care for me, respect me, and not throw me away for the next hotter model that's down the street. That's what she means, okay? Don't get that shit confused.
Complex and it sounds.
No, it's not.
It's a little problematic when
it's problematic for you.
The things that I want require me to step into my femininity.
Yeah.
Femininity.
Of course. Right.
Hope I can say that right the whole video. Why?
Yeah. See, notice how she doesn't even know how to say femininity right. She just said, I hope I say it right the whole video. What did I tell you guys in older videos? Bitches who is cute and look good, them bitches don't even know how to spell femininity, feminism, feminist. They don't know how to spell. You see? That's how you can tell a bitch is on her way to feminism, because she knows how to properly pronounce it and spell it. It's almost like that saying, like, if you know how to spell chlamydia, then you must have had chlamydia. Type of shit. If you know how to spell that shit, you must have had it.
Am I afraid to step into my femininity?
Yes.
I don't want to let go of the illusion of control.
Mm-hmm. That's a given.
I see control equivalent to power. I see women who play the traditional role as weak. and the lesser. In my mind, I believe being an independent woman allows me to hold on to the illusion of control. Let me just pause. This is just a stream of consciousness I just wrote. I mean, it's, yeah.
And what do I tell you guys all the time? They always come in on this fucking self-help awareness of the cosmic universe when they start sliding on 30. You're fucking like, you're not special, Renner. You're not, is what all you bitches do the same shit. Like, but they all think, you don't know my story. They all come up with this fucking awareness of the universe. Anna kind of did the same shit. Well, how do I know? Like, it's the same. It's the same. Like, all these hoes do the same shit. You like, they don't, none of you are special. All right, if there's a hoe watching, no, you're not special. Or if Renner watches, no, you are not special, Brittany Renner. You did the same shit bitch has been doing since the beginning of fucking time. But since you know you ain't worth nothing, you got to try to hype yourself up to think that you did something different than all the other ones did. You sucked a bunch of cocks, you got ran through, now you realize that younger models are coming out, you can't keep up with them. Point blank and simple. That's it.
Just let it flow. Like, let's just flow with it. I am terrified to let go and free fall. I have opened up to the wrong people, and clinging to the independent bad facade makes me feel safer. When you've had to do everything on your own, who needs anyone? Who needs a man? Men are a liability.
Does that sound familiar? It sounds like Tommy Loren's speech now. Coinky dink. They're both 28 years old. What a coinky dink. They're both 28. See, do you see the pattern? Like, I can't make this shit up. She's putting it right here for all this is Tommy Loren. This bitch and Tommy Loren, like they're literally at the exact same point in life. It's the same speech. Let's run that shit back, because tell me if you watch the Tommy Loren video, did that not sound like what Tommy Loren would say at 28?
Who needs a man? Men are a liability. Men have hurt and betrayed me. My rough exterior is for my protection. You see me breathing as I'm just let it go. There you go. Get it out. My rough exterior scares people away. And that's what I want. Because being alone is easier than having to open up. I saw my mom get mistreated by men constantly.
And that's how you ended up the way you are. See, this is what, even when it comes to children, no, it should be illegal for women to be any type of a role model or give advice to other women. It doesn't matter if it's the woman's own daughter. Women are not leaders. Their brains, they hate to hear this shit. But it's the goddamn motherfucking truth. Women brains are not made to lead anything. Ever. They just like the babysitter until the man comes back around type of shit. I predicted in the last video, I could tell she grew up with a single mother.
Open up. I saw my mom get mistreated by men constantly. And I never wanted to be like that.
And that's exactly what you became.
I think if I'm independent.
You're not independent.
In every area of my life, it increases my value as a woman.
And that was the lie that feminism taught bitches. If you become a man, then it makes you a better man, a better woman. That's feminism tagline. We'll make you, if we make you a better man, we'll fuck you up as a woman. That should be feminism's tagline on a whole.
Area of my life, it increases my value as a woman, being able to provide.
That's man shit, bitch. Well, you figured that out the hard way.
That's what I have believed.
Yeah, that's that American feminism pumping in your blood, pumping in your veins. Good job, thank feminism for that. Thank feminism for that. That's all I can tell you. Go to your nearest feminism convention and thank them for fucking your life up. Because it was all good when you was 20 and cute. See, the only reason you were ever getting by in any capacity was because you were 21 years old and you were genetically destined to be like this at 20. Okay, see, because the reality of it is, man, this is gonna be a siren. The reality of it is this. See, especially American bitch with this whole feminism. I want to be independent. I want to be strong and loud, and I'll be just like a man, but I'll be cute and all the benefits of a woman. See, that shit is the equivalent, and bitches pay attention to this shit. What this is the equivalent of is this. Let's say you cook. Let's say you cook ribs, right? I had some beef ribs last night with some raspberry barbecue sauce. That shit was gangster. But let's say let's say you cook ribs for a living, right? And you cook some gangster ass ribs one time. All you got is just one slab of ribs to make, and that's it. And you cook them ribs, and you cook them to perfection, right? See, now what you're supposed to do is go off and serve those ribs to somebody who come up and pay for it and blah, blah, blah. But no, what do bitches do? They gonna take them ribs and they want to show it off to everybody. Look at my ribs. Look at I cook these ribs. I cook these ribs. Now they ain't refrigerating these ribs. They ain't keeping it stored properly or nothing. So after about 3 weeks of showing everybody the ribs, that the ribs gonna start to rot and spoil from the inside. You see? So now, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you hit the height of showing everybody the ribs for the first 2 weeks. Look at my ribs, look at my ribs. But bitch, you weren't refrigerating them shits. You weren't taking care of them. You weren't curing them. You weren't doing anything for that shit to last. And even if you did, no matter what you do to them ribs, the overall quality is never going to be as good as when they were freshly cooked. You see what I'm saying? And just like bitches in their expiration date. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could work out. You get Botox and all that shit. But either you eventually, at a much quicker rate, either a woman's brain is going to degenerate or her body's going to degenerate. And she can't keep, it's very rare you see a woman who keeps both of those for any period of time past 26, 27.
I have believed that money gives me power and power gives me control.
Feminism. Thank you, feminism.
I have abused my power
Yep.
by attempting to control people with what I'm able to do for them financially. If I can do things for you that you are unable to do for yourself, that makes me powerful. And with that power, gives me more control.
Yeah. You see, all of this is attractive in men to get women. This is not attractive in women to get men because it turned the woman into man. Like I said earlier, the only reason you were even getting by with anything was because you were 20. And a bitch at 20, a woman could be a mass murderer at 20 years old. If she has a tight ass, people trying to fuck her and gonna tell her whatever they think she wants to hear. That bitch could be a mass murderer who killed her own parents and family in the same house at the same time. And somebody's still gonna try to fuck her because she's a 20-year-old woman. See, this is what women have to understand. You did nothing. Okay, this was your you were biologically supposed to be doing this when you was 20. You are not smart. You are not funny. You are not charismatic. Some of you may be a little nice or a little goofy, but for the most part, you are only kept around because people want to fuck you and impregnate you. Okay, after those years are up, you will drift off into nothingness and be somebody's third choice at best. Let's just be real about it. All right. Like it's just now. So after that, the most difficult part comes in woman's life. It's, oh my God, how do I become a genuinely decent, likable human with a personality? And see, that's where little Miss Brittany Renner and fucking Tommy Loren. See, this is when women have to start sitting around. Where have all the good men gone? I lied to myself. All the men are trash and blah blah. I'm strong and independent. See, this is woman's initial response to fighting. That they are fighting that next turn in life of taking a path that has a little more resistance and actually learning how to be having a likable personality, have a genuinely likable personality. No woman wants to have to do that because it takes too much work. It takes too much thought. So that like woman will always revert to just selling sex at the end of the day.
And that control increases my value. Nobody can hurt me if I hold on to this power.
But you can't hold on to it because you're a woman. You're not built to do that. You're not built to hold on to it.
My first relationship was abusive on all levels.
What Yeah, this is Tommy. This is 28-year-old used up cock carousel rider in the flesh. Okay, I can already tell you what all her the rest of I can predict to you Brittany Renner's life. Okay, she sucked a bunch of cocks. The few guys she did want who for whatever reason actually kept this cock carousel rider around, just didn't had. I mean, if he was smart, he didn't put any value into her existence because any man who would have put value in her existence, she didn't want them. She went to the guys who put no value in her existence. So of course they're going to be like abusive. He was abusive. He was controlling because he drank a lot of alcohol. Because he had other girlfriends. What's another one? I'm trying to think. He was just an asshole. See and watch if she goes into that area of he was just an asshole. See, like when women do that shit, he was just an asshole. That nearly almost translates in no matter what language you know on the planet, no matter where you are. This is dumb bitchinese translation for he could always do better than me, and I know it. That's why he is just an asshole. Watch. I love it. He was abusive. Let's go back and watch it. He was abusive.
All levels. Relationship was abusive on all levels.
You mean to tell me all them guys who tried to buy you dinner and you knew you ain't like them and you bet? See, this is why I tried to see. This is why you look. The reason I'm just laughing at this thought is because of this, man. Don't feel sorry for them ever. Never. I don't care what the fuck she look like. Don't feel sorry for that shit. Because like, okay, because the point I'm trying to make is this. Like I made that model video. You see, when women start to lose, now it says, "Oh, I was abused. You shouldn't shame me because I'm a damaged butterfly." And but see, and okay, and like if women were genuinely decent creatures, I would agree 1,000%. But women do not, like Patrice O'Neal said, women do not do things righteously. You see what I'm saying? They don't. They don't do things righteously. So you cannot respect them with the same morals that you respect a man. Because a man, if you let a man like sit down and become a man, he's going to do things respectively and morally. Women don't do that. So to the guy who did this shit there, okay, she knew the motherfucker was like that before she walked up in there with him. All right, let's just be real about it. Now, like I said in the model video, now she's all damaged, fucked up. She's older. She's mentally unstable. You know, her looks are fading. Now she wants motherfuckers to go, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't judge you for your past and blah, blah, blah. Which is, like I said in the last video, okay, which is cool. But now, let's say a man comes up to a woman where he's failing as a man. He's not providing. He's mentally unstable. He needs her mental support, financial support, intellectual support, physical protection. Oh, look, these men these men aren't even human. You see, the men who fall into these categories, women don't even recognize these men as human. So this is why I say don't fucking give them any respect that they don't deserve. All right, ever. And don't fall to, oh, she's crying. No, don't. Because she will be 3 times as shallow if you were in that position. Believe that shit. How many guys you want to bet offered to take her out to dinner, paid for all her shit, probably bought her a limo to come back and go to an amusement park and pay for, and she knew she ain't liking the whole time. See, she won't acknowledge any of that because partly because vagina does not recognize these men as human. That's why. So fucking cry, bitch. I don't give a fuck. It's funny, if anything. Because it's funny because, like, by the time they get, like, a snippet of the taste of what men pretty much live with, at least for the first 30 years of our lives, unless we were, like, born models or our families were rich or something like that, when women get, like, a small snippet of it, they're like, oh, the world's over. It's time to commit suicide. I know you can't even lie. I can't even lie. See, she's genuinely sad. Because this is what bitches are. I was strong and independent. What just happened to being strong and independent, strong and independent, strong and independent? He was abusive. And I bet you she stayed with him for years. How much you want to bet she stayed with him for years when he was abusive? And them nice guys who she knew was nice guys, she don't remember none of their names. She wasn't with any of them longer than a couple weeks unless they just start stalking her. Don't feel sorry. I'm telling you, don't feel sorry for them, man, because they would have dogged you out if you. They would have dogged you out if you was half as better as woman was the man. They would have dogged you the fuck out. So don't feel sorry for them. Don't feel sorry for them. That's the core message. It's funny.
That's why we do it. That's why we do it. We get through
and it's
it.
only going to get worse because you're 28 now. So it's only going to get worse, Brittany.
The verbal insults began to chip away at my spirit.
Mm.
And despite what I show online, at that time, I did not stand up for myself.
I did not stand up for myself. You should feel sorry for me. Bitch, how many motherfucking nice guys in your DMs hollering at you at, where at the malls trying to get you? How many dudes was glorifying the ground you fucking walked on, bitch? Don't try to pull this whole victim shit on me. How about this? Grow the fuck up and accept what your fucking choices. That's what the fuck you did. That's what you wanted, bitch. Now live with it. I don't feel sorry for you, and I hope nobody feels sorry for you. You always gonna have some thoughts just like you, who's gonna be, oh, she speaks directly to me. But no, like, you're fucking full of shit. Like, how many dudes in your DMs, hey beautiful, hey gorgeous, would you like to go out, blah, 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 and she didn't respond to half of them, more than half of them. Because guess what? That pussy wanted that asshole dude. That pussy wanted an asshole. You remember Team America World Police? She said dicks, fuck pussies, and assholes. And he was making that correlation between dicks, pussies, and assholes in Team America World Police. That pussy wanted that asshole. That's what it was.
I allowed myself to be vulnerable with the wrong person. And I equated vulnerability with powerlessness.
Powerlessness. I got to connect to myself. You gotta love these bitches, man. Because women, just like 5 minutes ago, she talked about independence gave me power, money gave me power. Okay, code name, sucking dick for money gave me power. Leading guys on to think I'd fuck them gave me power. And then my pussy naturally was calibrated for asshole dudes. So I fell in love with that. And now I want to play the victim, even though I had at least, I don't know how many, I'm sure she probably got a bunch of Instagram followers, Facebook motherfuckers, hitting her DMs up all the time trying to take her out. Don't feel sorry for this hoe, man. She's a fucking thought. She's a fucking joke. Oh, God. It's rough having a
In my silence, I became full of rage and bitterness, as you can imagine.
Like all used up thoughts. Rage and bitterness. Tommy Loren.
There I am making a joke, trying to laugh, soften the seriousness of the topic.
Oh no, you're making a great joke. It really is funny.
I got tired of being pushed around. Because I underreacted for so long, I would overreact.
Yeah. Bitter, used up cock carousel rider. You and Tommy Loren are in the same boat.
I'm gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a hot one, honey.
Yeah.
I put my hands on my first boyfriend. I became so angry that I wanted to make.
And you know what? And that boyfriend should have beat your motherfucking ass. You want to know why? Because you equality, equal rights, and equal lefts, bitch. You put your hands on him. All right, what do you equal? See, you can't pick and choose when you want equality when it works out your benefit. You want to be equal, bitch? I hope he beat the fuck out of you if you punched him because you know what? Because he should have. Because you know what? If he didn't beat the fuck out of you, then he was being sexist. All right? Because y'all supposed to be equal, remember? So you can't pick equality when you want it, when it benefits you. You got just like what was that? In Bicentennial Man. Y'all remember Bicentennial Man, where where he just wanted to be free, and the dad kept saying, "No, like you are our robot. We own you. I'm not gonna let you go free." So then, because what? All right. So then, fast forward later, a little later on in the movie, the father was dying, and Robert Williams, the robot, said like, "Can I be free? I just want to be a free robot. I want to be free." And the father's dying, and the father's like, "No, man, you don't want that shit. Trust me." And Robert Williams' character, he's like, "Yeah, I want to be free. I want to be free. I want to be free, or like equal to you. I want to be free." So then he goes, "Okay, well, we'll sign the contract up and we get it figured out." So he makes the contract, gives it to Robert Williams, the robot, and Bicentennial Man. And Robert Williams goes, "Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm free. When we gonna eat dinner, Dad?" And he goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Me and my family gonna eat dinner. You got to get the fuck out because you free and equal now." Because see, Robert Williams' character, he wanted to benefit. He thought he was gonna get like most childlike minded, feminine minded beings. They think they're gonna get the benefits of both worlds out of that. Like, no, there's a benefits and consequence to everything you do. See, women hate consequences. They hate accountability. But like in that movie, the father said, "Yeah, you get the benefits of freedom, and now you also have to get the consequences of freedom. Get the fuck out. Go find your own food, dog." See, that's what bitches ain't like. I hope when that man punched you, for the sake of equality, he beat the shit out of you. All right, for the sake of equality. Now I'm not saying I'm down for men hitting women, but since we're gonna entertain this strong, independent woman mentality, all right, then we all equal then. So go get your motherfucking ass beat equally like a man would get beat. Point blank and simple. I'm not, like, again, let's be clear, I'm not advocating beating up women. The only time I advocate hitting a woman is when women start screaming for equality, because that is equality. If a woman hits you, hit her back like you would hit a man. Full on, this is a real quick side rant. Y'all remember that time? There was an MMA fight with a transgender man, a man to woman, and a woman. That fight lasted like 15 seconds, and the woman woke up. And I'm not making this shit up. It lasted like 15 seconds. It didn't last long. Maybe like a minute. It didn't last long. And the woman, the one who was like an actual woman, she woke up in the hospital room, and the first words out her mouth was, "I have never been so scared in my entire life." You see, like when a man, see, this is what bitches don't understand with that shit too. Like when a man is being like a man for real, like a woman just cannot compete with that shit. She just can't like man like that shit. Like was it men are from what's it women men are from Jupiter, women are from Mars, women are from Venus, some shit like that. Like we really are from two different planets. Like when men like become like for real men and don't give a fuck, women just can't compete. The only reason women even compete with shit now is because we got air conditioning. You know what I'm saying? We got we got this fuck, we ain't living in the wild no more. That's the reason why bitches even can compete now. And they really don't want to compete now. But that's the only reason why they even can, really can do much of anything now. Because like we got these, we've been comforted a little too much. So they can segue in and say, "Oh, we want equality. Now we want equality. We didn't want that shit when you had to go hunt mammoths, but we want that shit now." Fucking jokes, man. So again, I'm not saying beat up women, but I'm saying this. Whenever a woman wants to be all strong and independent just like a man, then I'm all for her getting her ass whooped like a man. That's what I'm saying.
A permanent decision off temporary emotions by harming him. I would watch him sleep. I thought about all the evil things I could do when he was vulnerable and unsuspecting.
And you know why she didn't do it? Because she just told on herself right there. You want to know why she didn't do anything evil to him while he was vulnerable? Is because he beat her ass. And just like a child, when a child get their ass whooped, they remember that ass whooping when they get ready to do something bad again. She just told on herself. That dude beat her ass. That's why she didn't do anything to him. because she had flashbacks. Like the flashbacks of war. She had a flashback. That dude beat her ass. And she loved it.
I saw power in becoming the very thing I despised. I couldn't see the value in being soft, understanding, or open. Independence allowed me to avoid all of my inner wounds. Kept busy. I was really good at reciting what I wanted people to know and what I wanted to talk about. I've been involved with men in committed relationships.
Of course, your thought, right?
I saw power in knowing that the relationship wasn't real.
That's what thoughts do. Yeah. No shocker.
The men who cheated on their wives or girlfriends were weak, but the women who forgave them were weaker. Right.
So you're a home wrecker.
It's always the woman's fault.
You're a home wrecker. Well, in most cases.
I liked men in committed relationships because I never felt worthy of first, and I wanted what they had. I was not possessed by an evil spirit or demons or bound to a soul tie. I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. I act like I'm grossed out by children because of how badly I desired to have a family of my own.
Yes. Exactly.
Even just saying that makes me feel gross.
Yes. Let me tell you something. See, every woman who tries to claim they don't want kids and all that is exactly true. All this is every woman wants to have a child by a man. See, every woman wants to have a child. But see, because women don't know how to, or either they don't know how to articulate the words properly, or they just flat out lie and say they don't want kids. But the reason why women claim they don't want kids is usually because of this, and also there's the other reason is because that woman pretty much deduced that she wants a man that's out of her league, and she doesn't want anything lesser than that. So she's pretty much deduced that the man that she wants will not want to have a kid with her. So she'll just say, I don't want kids. But that is it. That is because it's women's nature to want whatever they see other women have. You see, it's what woman does. Even if it's severely detrimental to her health, if she sees another woman with it, she wants it. It's just what woman does. Every woman wants to have kids. All those feminists, lesbians, dykes, all that shit, they all want to get fucked by a dick and have babies. But the thing is, like I said, either one, but in most cases, the reason why they don't is because they've come to a conclusion in their head that the men that they like won't like them back. So instead of just admitting that out loud, they'll just say, "Oh, the world's an evil place. I never wanted kids. I never wanted kids. I never wanted kids." All of them do, man. Every single woman on this earth wants children. All right. It's just it's if she feels comfortable in the man who would actually do it can protect her after she has kids. That's the big question.
It makes me feel soft. It makes me feel vulnerable. It makes me feel seen for who I really am. And I don't like that. I thought if I suppressed these feelings deep enough, I could convince myself that I didn't need a family. Being married and having a family is the biggest dream of mine. All these years, I've always just been like, why try?
Yeah.
Because if I don't try, then it lessens the disappointment if I don't get what I want.
Yeah. And most women will take the path of least resistance. Yeah, it's easier not to try. That's where thought culture has taken off. Yeah. Women do not want women, because it's a combination of things. Like I said now, man. See, women always want what they see other women with. But the reality of it is, see, like those guys, there's just not a lot of those guys on the market. So, like they want a family. Every woman wants a family because she's going to see another woman with a family. Every woman. There is not a woman on this planet who does not want a family. Okay, they all do. All those porn stars, all the escorts you see. I'm telling you, like I tell you guys so many times, women are walking balls of misery that just learn how to look cute, learn how to look like something you might want to fuck a few times. But they're all walking balls of misery, man. All of them.
I want you to think that I'm strong.
Yeah.
And that I have it all figured out.
Yeah.
So perfect. Ironic, isn't it? I mock the people who mock people for not being perfect, yet I feel the need to be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know why? Because you want what other women have. And there's other women out there who are perfect. That's why.
I feel like my whole brand has been built on a facade.
Thank you, feminism.
Like any person who has ever met me in real life would say that I'm different in real life. Like, nothing like what I portray on Instagram.
That's all women. Yeah, you're not special.
And for a while, that didn't bother me.
You're not
Because in my
special.
mind, I'm thinking like, well, I know who I am. I just know how to turn it on and off.
Listen, every woman on Instagram is like this. Okay, I had the last girlfriend I had would do that shit. She would post shit to Instagram like her life's so happy and blah blah blah, and I knew her life was fucking miserable. Like, you see this? Like, every bitch, they all think there's some special fucking entity on this planet that was God's gift to the planet. Like, bitch, you ain't do nothing. All of you are the same. Okay, all of you. Yeah, all y'all do the same shit. If whether if you was some homeless bitch trying to dig cigarettes out of a trash can, or you living in the White House, all y'all's goals and wants are the same shit. It's just some of y'all were prettier than others and were able to make it a little further down the road. Y'all, you do the same shit.
Not realizing what I was putting out there. The more I step into my power,
you didn't have any power.
The facade begins to disappear. I'm not the facade that I've been portraying online for years.
Duh, and you never had power.
An identity crisis. I'm 27 going on 28, and I don't have anything figured out.
Yeah, you have nothing figured out other than how to dress up to suck a cock. That's all you like, and you're no different from any other 28-year-old. Okay, let's not give it like with the Tommy Loren bitch. Like, she does have a little education. She made a little further because she's a blonde, white, skinny woman in America, so she automatically fits that immediate desire role. She made a little further, and she probably she went to college. But I mean, like, yeah, most women by the time they're 28, when it comes to like them as women, all they have figured out was how to dress up to suck cock. That's really it. I mean, anything else, and it's they're just this completely lost, miserable turd in the wind, like Venom said, like a turd in the wind. That's really like once you get past them looking, being biologically destined to look like they should get fucked. That's all that's going on up here in most of their heads. Most of them. Now, some of them are pretty good. Some of them can be good, but most most of them are going to be like this.
Good news is,
there's no good news.
I have created all my limitations. My power is in my femininity. And just like the mama bear, I can be fierce.
No, you can't.
I can be strong.
No, you're not.
But I can also be tender.
Yeah, that's what you really are.
And I don't have to sacrifice one for the other.
No, see, bitch, you confusing it. No, see, your fake strong and your fake fierceness comes from you being so tender. It's a defense mechanism. It's not you can be this when you want to do it, and you can like a transformer. Like a transformer can be a car. That motherfucker can be a human robot. No, you don't work like that. All right, see, you being this fake strong, fake fierce shit that's built off. That's a defense mechanism because you are so tender naturally because you're a woman. Is built off of that. It's not like two separate entities. It's like it's built off of it up here. You had a lot of self-help to do. It was just like all bitches. Like when all bitches, once they start hitting 27, 28, they all hit this, like what they call like the epiphany phase. Like, oh my god, I gotta think. Oh god.
I accept me for me, and I'm thankful for the experiences that have brought me to this awareness. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever you want to call it. I'm happy to be here.
You were happy for the experiences, meaning you were happy for bouncing on cocks and wearing makeup. That's your experiences. And now you thought anything you had to say was that, important to men. It wasn't. Your experiences were sucking cocks and wearing makeup. That was your experiences.
These growing pains, they're what everyone wants to avoid. But they're inevitable if you want to grow. You grow through it. You go through it. And all of these feelings that come up, you just interview them. Like, where does that come from? What do you need to feel safe? How come you don't want to do this? Like, what are you afraid of? When you are committed to being the best version of you, being healthy, being better, It's not easy. And everyone's journey looks different. So just because someone handled their situation this way doesn't mean it's going to work for you. This is not a one size fits all. What I'm learning is to be gentle with myself as I am embarking on unfamiliar new territory. Like, how am I supposed to know how to maneuver if I've never been here? Like, I've never experienced this before.
I've never experienced being 30 and being picked over. I've never experienced, oh my God, the purse has been flipped upside down. You gotta love bitches. You gotta, because they're funny, man.
I was living in illusion and lies. And it's comfortable there, but the thing about not living in your truth is you don't get anywhere. When you are feeling a way, address it. The triggers are treasures, because it's leading you to the real gold, honey. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time.
See, like, she, like, and the thought is still in her. Like, how watch how she like ends that shit off, man.
Tuning in. And
that thought, that thought is, the thought is so deep in her soul. Like, she still can't, like, there is no class in that. Like, she's fucked up. There's no education in that. There is no, legit life skills in this thought. She's fucking done, man. Like, it's over. Like her Eminem said in that song, he was dissing Benzino. Like, here, let me slow it down so maybe you could understand if I say it a little slower. Let it go, dog. It's over. Like, that's what you gotta say to bitches like this. Maybe you understand if I slow it down and say it a little slower. Let it go, dog. It's over. It's so, like, see, they all come to this epiphany around 26, 27. There's, oh, well, maybe I don't know what to do next. And yeah, because she's got no, it hurts. It hurts because it was your life. You remember the days when you could just walk in a room and dudes be like staring at you and wanting your number and all that. You remember, and you got high off of it. Because you were because see, those were the years you were succeeding as a woman, which most women do. But see, the thing is, you got high off of that shit. Like I said earlier with that ribs scenario, like, you cooked some fresh ribs, and what you should have done, well, you should have ate them or sold them to somebody else, but you kept walking around showing everybody the goddamn ribs until they rotted and spoiled, in the kitchen, and now don't nobody want them. Because they just rotten and fucked up. But now and then you're gonna try to shame people for not eating your rotten ribs. Like, you should eat. Ribs can, even if they're rotten, they're still rich in vitamin B12. And like, no, don't nobody want this shit. You old bitch, you done. And like I said, on top of that, there's no education, there's no life skills. The only education and life skills was sucking cocks and putting on makeup and having some little sassy bitch attitude. That's all you got. That's all you got left. So I mean, at this point. There's plenty of call centers hiring because you can at least speak English, so you can do that. They're all those guys that you really didn't want before. They'll happily take you now because the guys you want don't want you anymore. Yeah, so that's about it. So anyway, that's the video. I'm out.